I don't know why I still use the trumpet start, but whatever. Anyways, this is just a short message. Lately, we've seen the blasphemy at the Olympics, the whole Last Supper mockery, and there's a lot to say on the subject. That's why I'm a little bit tentative on it. First of all, if you're on Twitter or social media, don't share the image. Like, this is just stupid. I don't see why people do this. If you share the image, what you're just doing is echoing the devil. Why don't you echo God instead? Show the image of the Sistine Chapel, the roof of it, or the ceiling, I should say. Do that. Show counter images. Show the beauty. In the face of ugliness, show beauty. That's how you defeat ugliness, by showing beauty. But okay, let's move on from that. Because, alright, let's go to the next point here. They're like, there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, try that with Muslims. Well, the reason they don't try that with Muslims is because they know they're stirring a hive of wasps. That doesn't speak to Muslims defending their faith. It just speaks to their incivility, to their barbarism. There's nothing more to say about it. These people still behead individuals and enslave individuals, and they're the worst perpetrators of it in history. So it's like, oh, well, try that with Muslims. Of course they won't, because they respond to brute force. Now, Christians aren't barbarians. It was namely Catholics. We built our church with our blood. That was the whole point. When we followed Jesus Christ, we followed him by dying for him. And the whole point of getting to heaven is ascending beyond your humanity, not giving into it. We have a predilection to evil. We have a predilection to hurt people when they hurt us. But Christ never gave us this attitude. Never. It was always love your enemies. Do good to those who persecute you. Now, atheists, they respond to brute force. Secularists respond to brute force. They give in to their primal urges. We don't live in a progressive society. We live in a deeply regressive society. Regressive. We live in Sodom. It was destroyed by fire and sulfur, which is basically the same destiny for this world, because we're aborting children by the millions. So that's why Muslims aren't really after secularists and atheists. They've already basically controlled them. They aren't a threat to them. But Muslims attack whom is a threat to them. The beauty of Christ, the beauty of the church, the beauty of Our Lady. Now, when you attack a Muslim, it's like they have two halves, okay? But the atheist does not attack them. They just act like fools, basically like empty cells for them to take over. But Christians present, and I'm speaking specifically of Catholics, presenting resistance. This beauty, this shining sun, this radiance that awakens the part of the Muslim that sees maybe my emotions are too harsh. Maybe I'm going at it the wrong way. But the Muslim who's riled up, his demons will poke at him. And those demons will cause that Muslim to react violently against beauty, because they can't stand it. It's too radiant for them. It's too bright for them, because they are children of darkness. So when Our Lady shines her beauty onto them, there is only two reactions. She's like a big flaming sword that cuts them in half. There's two reactions. One, they can submit and call her the most beautiful thing in all existence. Second, they can enrage and rebel. This is precisely what Satan was, or what Lucifer, because that's his former name, what he was presented with as an angel. They are the children of Apollyon, or Lucifer. They're the children that see beauty and want it, want to dominate it. Because they can't have it. They aren't it. But Christians, when we get cut in half with that sword, we submit. Because we rightly put Our Lady as the most beautiful creature in all existence. Them? Of course not. And the atheists, they'll mock. Let them mock. But that is not our weapon. We don't respond by stirring up like a hive of wasps. Because we're greater than that. But what this means is, since as Catholics we use sacrifice, beauty, and ascendancy to win over hearts, this means that the devil will always have his hour over us. He'll always have his hour. But that's fine. Because we only merit heaven when we reject the devil. Rather than giving into our primal urges like anger, we pull out our weapon, which is the Holy Rosary, and we pray it. You know what happened? All of Paris lost power, except for a basilica, built for the reparation of sin. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. I think it is true at this point. It appears, because I've just heard about it, but you never know with these things. But this is a sign from God. We don't fight the battle. God fights the battle. All we do is raise our rosary to heaven and we give our power to it. That's it.